He's going to do a slide, 18, 20 slides, and if you've got any questions, just ask him, so go along. Put your hands up and we'll go from there. All up here, Mark. Cheers, mate.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris. Chris has asked me to come along tonight and talk about my latest crazy adventure, which, as the sign says, is sailing South Africa across the Indian Ocean. My first slide was who am I to embark on this adventure, a sailor. I'm not sure I was before. When I went to look at a boat, I had no idea what I was looking at or how to turn the engine on or do anything like that. Just thought it'd be an interesting adventure to go somewhere. First of all, started to go look around at boats around Malaysia. So I thought sailing Malaysia to Thailand, that's not much of an adventure. So I started to look at all the places I could go with Jan and which wouldn't require a visa. And I seen coming back from South Africa across to Thailand, all the places, South Africa, Mozambique, Madagascar, etc. No problem with a visa, and for me, no problem either. So yeah, that first slide, who am I? A sailor, guy with a crazy idea, a dream, who actually made it happen. So the first step of the adventure was actually left from Thailand, having one boat in mind, and flew over with Dan to Johannesburg. And we went and had a look at this one boat, but it was very much a project boat, and I really didn't know what I was looking at, so we turned that down. And we looked around and went up to Kruger National Park and did a south drive through Kruger National Park. I should actually have more photos, but on my tablet there wasn't enough space to add them. But yeah, you can really recommend doing a south drive through Kruger National Park if you didn't come. So from the classified advertisement was the boat, which is a 35-foot steel hull with a lot of equipment on it, like no radar or anything. It's pretty basic, but it's a very strong, very sturdy boat. South African designed and built, and has done well for us so far, which I will show you now.
And what's the boat's name?
The boat's name is Keep Rockin'!
Keep Rockin'!
Keep Rockin'!
Let me back up 1 minute. Is this a Dudley Dix design?
Yes, yes.
It is steel.
Yes, yes.
Do you have any problem with condensation because of steel boats?
I don't in one, like, again, half the time I don't know what I'm looking at.
You know when water's hitting you on the head.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And no, it's a very dry boat. And even in the bilge, it's been very dry.
Does it have insulation sprayed in or anything?
Like, it's not just sprayed, but the straps actually line along the hull on the inside to, help with that whole...
Okay, Mike.
So yeah, from the boat, we were in South Africa, in Cape Town, around the bottom of South Africa there. The first question was, okay, we went and had a look at this boat, and pretty much on the first day made an offer, and the previous owner had actually died. He'd been in South Africa building this boat, and at first he was going back to his house all the time, but then he decided that he'd stay on the boat, and then eventually he went back to his house, and his house had been broken into. He ended up being stabbed 10 times, state of affairs in South Africa, and last year he died from the complications. So it wasn't actually a boat that this owner wanted to sell, so it gave me a lot of confidence, however sad that was. And we went and had a look at the boat, but understandably they wanted some other people to look at the boat. They came back to me, the original price was 350,000 Rand. He said, I would like to offer it to you for 320,000. You want to come down the price? Okay, thank you very much. And in the same week, the Rand dropped 10%. So the boat cost 300,000 Rand.
And how much would that be, I mean, for US dollars?
20,000 US.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So for a 35-foot boat, yeah.
Whoa.
I was pretty happy.
That's great.
Yeah.
Great boat.
So we got the boats, waited for all the paperwork to go through, and the same day that the money went through in the bank account, everything was signed over. We left the next day. And then Greg's like, you bought a boat, you can't leave straight away, you're supposed to sit in the marina and...
My stuff.
Yeah, exactly, and look after it. No, we're gone. We bought a boat to sail it, and we're gone. Yeah, from Cape Town, the first question was, where do we go? Do we head west? Do we head east? And I didn't actually realise that most sailors head west, because that's the way that most of the winds go. Yeah, in Barrier Cross. So I thought, let's not go through a canal, let's head east. And it's easier to follow the coast and get used to the boat and everything. So we headed up from Cape Town, which you can see at the start of the blue line. And we headed east. And we...
When you rounded the Cape,
Hold on one sec, I think he's got to sort out the volume.
not working.
No, it's okay, mate.
I just got to speak louder.
That's about it. That's pretty good.
Okay, I'll try and go with that. So yeah, let me just jump forward a slide. And being new to sailing, I had no idea. Well, I had a little bit of experience sailing on catamaran, 16-foot boats, very small boats. You had a basic idea about how to make a sail. But I thought the smartest, best idea was to find somebody that knew how to sail a boat and for him to teach us. And so in this slide here, Kevin, my first teacher, Jan was actually on board with us at this stage too. She came from the start there. And yeah, we sailed with us from Cape Town to Port Elizabeth. I'll come back to some of the earlier slides soon, but we sailed from Cape Town into a place called Mossel Bay, which probably 2 or 3 days sail from Cape Town, and we stopped at Mossel Bay overnight. Went and had dinner, had a few wines, slept, and walk on marina. And we looked at the weather. Let me jump back to another side. One of the websites that I use is windyty.com, and that will give you the wind prediction, not just wind, but also wind waves and every other part of the weather that's going on, whatever you decide to select, and you can see it for about 10 days in advance. So from when we're at Mossel Bay, we could see this massive storm coming in around the south coast of South Africa. And I'm like saying to him, can we go? Like, one of the reasons I sail is for adrenaline. I love getting out there and, yeah, enjoying it. And he said, well, it's your boat, so let's go. So, yeah, we sailed out there. And the storm was predicted to come through at 12 o'clock. Came through at 12:30, 30 knots. Okay, we put a reef in the main, 35 knots. It's a cutter rig, so it's got 2 foresails. So we took down one of the foresails, 35, 40 knots. Okay, we're bringing in 45 knots. Everything comes down to bare poles, no sails. And what do? Like, also on the back of the boat, which is
Throw out the fucking sea anchors, that one, mate.
I want to sail it. I want to sail it. And one of the things we have on the boat is a wind vane. And the wind vane you set, and as long as the angle of the wind doesn't change, the boat will keep on. That's the autopilot. That's what allows you to go in the direction that the wind's blowing, the way that you set it. So at 45 knots, we've got all the sails down, we've got the wind vane set, we're going in the direction that we want. What do? You go inside and have a cup of tea. So that's what we did. We went inside the boat, had a cup of tea, had a look at the tablet. You can see the GPS the same as you would walking around town. You can have a look and see exactly where you are. On the application which I've got on the tablet, it will give you your track so you can see the direction that you're heading. Had the cup of tea, what do you do next? You can't sail the boat, the wind's pushing the boat along, it's going in the right direction, you sleep. So we went and had a sleep for half an hour. You wake up, have a look at the tablet, the boat's going in the right direction, sleep for another 40 minutes. And so I continued. So we went from Mossel Bay, then kept coming up around. And the next one was coming into Port Elizabeth, which this 70-year-old guy taught me so much. Like, he'd been sailing his whole life. Freezing temperatures, absolutely freezing. He was out the back, holding the tiller because the wind. I had some. I come upstairs, I'm looking at the tablet, and the boat's hardly moving. I'm like, have we been caught on a rope or something? No, you come upstairs and there's like 20 knots, 25, 30 knots of wind blowing directly in your face. And it was freezing cold. And he's, a lot of respect to that guy. So, once we got into Port Elizabeth, which was where he wanted to disembark, because as he had agreed from the start to go and see friends. So we stayed there a few nights, Jack and I, and we decided we could either look for another crew, but no, I felt quite comfortable at this point. And so I said, I want to do the solo sail, or single-handed, not solo, because Jim was on board, but a single-handed sail. And it was only going to be overnight, maybe 30 hours. And so we decided to leave. Anyway, I'm trying to be smooth. There's a slide for that. But let me just jump back a bit. Some of the safety equipment that we've got on board. So in the top left there, we've got the water maker, which is something I've just acquired. When I was in New Zealand just recently, it came through the mail. Took it down to the local beach, put the pig in, into the water, hand pump it. It's got 3 pipes. One's the intake pipe, one's the waste pipe, and one's the freshwater pipe. Put the freshwater pipe into a jar, down to the beach, pumping it, drinking the seawater. And yeah, surprisingly, it came through very, not salty, very drinkable.
Where was it, mate? New Zealand? You gotta be joking.
Probably China, wouldn't
Well,
it?
it came from
China, I'd say.
and there was excess US supply, military supply. So in the middle there we've got the VHF radio, which is pretty sure your basic safety equipment. Like if you've got no radar, no satellite, anything else, then definitely at least need that. At the bottom left there we've got the life raft, which again on the English boats is optional, but I quite like that option. And on the right, which is one of my best friends when I'm out on the boat, is a satellite navigator, a satellite communicator. Wherever you are in the ocean, obviously without mobile coverage, you can send and receive text messages.
Like, I thought you were going to have a section and died by the fucking stars, man.
No way, no way. Maybe you can come and teach me about it one day.
Is that the thing that does the website?
Yeah, and that's what drops a cookie crumb every 10 minutes and it gets uploaded to the satellite and goes to that website, and so you can watch me every 10 minutes, you get an update, and you can see where the boat goes.
Yeah, okay.
We call it chart now, don't they?
All the what?
We call it chart now, don't they?
Like this one here is a Garmin
Yeah,
inReach.
we call it chart now at home. It's live fucking feed right on the screen.
Same idea, same idea. But yeah, like to me, like without that, you really would feel like you're in
Tells
the
you a
middle.
whole lot, the fucking depth, everything. Depth of the water, everything.
Yeah, it's got a lot of that. I use the tablet much more to see where I'm going.
Yeah, tablet, laptop, the whole
Yeah, so
lot.
Hang on, why don't you take it over? Because obviously something's going on.
But yeah, to me, if you didn't have that, you would really feel like you're in the middle of the ocean with no communication, of being able to send a text message to friends, get messages coming back. You know other people are watching you. Yeah, it's a great tour.
One more question, Mark. You got HS, you got VHS, VHF, you got H, the high frequency one as well.
I'm still learning how the radio works.
Because
When I figure out how the radio works, though.
You haven't read the manual yet.
Yeah. Manuals on my to-do list.
You can't.
One good thing you're not learning to be a pilot.
You can't do the same thing when you're a pilot.
Yeah. You learn how to land when you're up in the air.
Still learning what an aileron is.
What's this thing do? So yeah, that storm I was telling you that we went through with my teacher, my first teacher there. We have a little video to play.
Yeah, it's playing. Playing alright, mate.
Yeah. Anyway, that was the video. So yeah, this is the slide I was talking about before, our first, well my first single-handed, our trip out of Port Elizabeth. When I first came out, we wanted to go directly north. So I thought, let's draw a line, which is the start of this black line here, and let's just go straight across. Let's just go straight out of the harbour and go north. Unfortunately, it's quite a busy shipping harbour. One of the things, I haven't really mapped it out properly, our exit out of there, and I had the engine on, and I could see a boat off to our right and a couple of other boats, and I thought, I can get past this boat. And I took a bearing on that boat and stayed in the same position, and I thought, okay, let's stay in the same position, stayed in the same, okay. And you know, you take a bearing and it stays in the same position, at some point, you're going to hit it. So I decided to turn behind it, to go to the starboard, turn behind it, and maybe 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes later, the Port Harbour boat turns up with 5 guys ready to go, please turn on your VHF to channel 13, channel 13. Okay, so I'm on the back of the boat, and I run down to the radio, turn on the radio, I don't know where my portable is, talk to them, hello, hello, yeah, and then I'm desperate to go back up, the boat's still like, hey, it's not going to happen anything, is it? And then I run back downstairs, yeah, no, all good. Come back onto the boat. Well, this time, Jan's like, what the fuck is going on? And she's like out there with a knife. And she's like, take us back to the harbour.
What's the knife for?
Well, I kind of figured she wasn't going to throw it at me because, like, she doesn't know how to sail a boat. So I said, sorry, Jan, it's okay. They said to us, please keep a proper lookout. Carry on your way, we were just concerned that you may have collided with that boat. And I said, so was I, that's why I tend to starboard and went behind it. But yeah, they said, have a nice day, have a nice sail, on your way, thank you very much, goodbye. And that's where our track sort of went straight up, and then, okay, let's go behind the boats. Okay, so leaving South Africa, we had 3 attempts. First attempt, we tried to go up to Mozambique. Like, leaving South Africa really wasn't too bothered where we were going to go to. Go up to Mozambique, go up to Madagascar, let's just sail away. I just want to sail. So we headed north along the east coast of South Africa, right where this world-renowned Agulhas current is coming down. Right where the Agulhas current is coming down. So we made, like, the current varies how far it is offshore. We made some progress. Yeah, maybe half a day, good day and a half. But then that night, we tried to motor along, looking at the lighthouse. You go forward, and the lighthouse stays in the same position. You've got the motor on, you're trying to go forward, you're making no distance. So we tried that for about 10 hours. Not going anywhere, wasn't sure what to do. Let's turn around and go back to the harbour, so we went back to South Africa. Attempt number 2. Attempt number 2. Like, one of the things is, like, you can read these weather applications on the websites and get an idea of what the weather's doing, but only if you've been out in that sort of weather before. And so I was reading the wind direction, but I had no idea what it really meant in reality. So I had a look at one of the apps, fastseas.com, and it said, yeah, you could go out there, but you'd be heading into the wind a bit. I think I'm going to ask for a refund on that website, because, yeah, we tried to go out, we're chopping into it, banging, just, yeah, it was a very uncomfortable sail. Turned around, came back. Then the second attempt going to Madagascar. Finally, so we headed to go north. A gallus current coming down, had to go backwards. One of the interesting things too was on the compass, it said that we were heading north, but on the GPS it said we're heading south. I don't understand. The compass is north, the GPS saying, I didn't actually realise that we were in the gallus current and we were going backwards. And so that's where the GPS, and both of them were correct. And I understand it now. So yeah, on that third attempt to go north, going up to Madagascar, yeah, it was an interesting sail. Had some 20 foot, 8 metre swell. Took us about 20 days, 3 weeks. 3 weeks and no showering. But yeah, in general it was a good sail, but it was big waves. But the thing with boats is that during the boat will handle much more than the people inside it. And so people inside the boat, they get scared and say, I want to go. But yeah, and I sailed there with, Jan had left at this point, she took off from South Africa, and we found this guy who got told to me through the boat club, he was a big sailor, he could do everything, he would teach me how to sail. Okay, cool, look forward to it. But yeah, 8 metre swell, he was inside, powering in the corner, and I was out there changing the sails, and yeah, which surprised me as well. But I think that first guy that we sailed from South Africa with, you get role models, and he was definitely a role model for me. So yeah, big winds, big swell, 20 days on board. Yeah, just do it. It was a good sail. We got north, we made it to Madagascar. One of the things too, sailing at night, I didn't actually realise, but the moon is not always out. The sun will rise in the morning, set at night, but the moon can come out at 12 at midnight and set at 2 AM. It can come out at 10 and finish at 1 AM. It's not out all night. So one of the things, like before Dad and I went on this, we played the course at Ocean Marina. And so they told us to be aware of the lights, do some research, do some read up on different lights. And at night, all you see is 3 lights like this. Or one of those lights, depending if the port side light is 135-degree angle, the starboard light 135-degree angle. So you'll only see usually one of those lights, depending on where you are. So we were out one night, we saw the red light. And I'm like, okay, it's a boat of some sort, and we kept on going. And we could see the red light, and we could see the green light. And as you can see from this picture, there's only one way to see both the red light and the green light at the same time. And that's if you're directly in front of the boat, or in front of whatever's coming your way. So for me, that was time to turn the motor on, get the hell out of there.
Yep.
So yeah.
Did you ever figure out what you were running towards? What kind of boat?
Couldn't see it. Could not see it. Could not see the boat.
So it could have been anything from something your size to a freighter.
Yeah, and I don't know how far away it was either. All you see is some light, and then you see 2 lights, and you know the red and the green is bad news.
Time to fuck off, yep.
Yeah, no idea how far it was, no idea how big it was, but that was a position I didn't want to be in.
You knew it was bigger than you.
Yeah, I think so. As a fair going. So yeah, a few photos from the trip. Not every day was sunny.
Hey Mark, sorry.
Yeah.
2 quick questions.
Yeah, sure.
Firstly, were you armed?
No.
Okay. Secondly, did you have any form of life rafts on board?
Yes. But no radar, no AIS, no.
Formal what? Do you have any what?
Life rafts.
Oh, life raft, yeah.
So yeah, no firearms, and yes, had a life raft, but no radar, no, other than using your eyes, no other way of recognising other boats.
Flare guns?
rectified.
Did you have flare guns?
Yes, definitely.
Almost as good as a firearm.
Yeah. Some beautiful sunsets, some nice sails, some nice days out there. And some big swells. I don't know how much you can see it. But yeah, some pretty big waves around there. So going up the west coast of Madagascar, we stopped at some islands there, by some oranges and other fruits that were going off, which were no good to me, so I gave them to some of the locals. They were still in good condition. They came along with 2 good crayfish. There you go. Thank you very much. Tasted beautiful.
I looked yesterday, I don't look that way. Very nice.
So from the north of Madagascar, I wanted to head over to Tanzania, Zanzibar. Like before we left South Africa, there's a couple of options. One was to either go to Mauritius, but there's a lot of cyclones this time of year, so heading to Zanzibar was a more sensible idea. Heading up along the west coast of Madagascar, I had actually read, I didn't pay enough attention, but I headed up too close to the coast. You're supposed to head out west and then north, because there's a shallow water shoal up near the top of Madagascar. Sitting in the cockpit, 2 AM, looking at the depth meter, 1 metre. What? 1.6 metres, But yeah, once we got up to the north of Madagascar, set the sails, set the wind vane, 8 days. 8 days. Did not touch the sails, did not touch the wind vane, blew in the right direction. I slept the red, X-rated version of it.
Yeah, and your GPS or your website said you were doing 3 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, I don't actually know how knots translates to kilometers an hour, but yeah, we're doing pretty good speed.
A knot is around a mile an hour, so
3K is about 2 knots.
Yeah, I would have thought we were faster than that, but
you could have walked there quicker.
hey, I was sleeping, had a couple of drinks on board, not a problem.
Getting nowhere fast.
Yeah. But I think a lot of it, we average, like on the boat, if the boat's going 4.5 knots on average, that's a good speed. 4 knots, okay, 4.5 knots, 5 knots, wow, 6, yeah. So yeah, 4.5 knots, yeah. But yeah, one of the big things out there is after we left Madagascar, 6 days, there's no boats, no land. You fly by land, 6 days, you're in the middle of the ocean, you're going across, you don't see anything till the other side. And yeah, just that last point. So we did this 8-day sail across to Zanzibar being an island off the east coast of Tanzania. And we had to go between that island and the mainland. So there's a lot of wind that's blowing from the north coming down to the south. We went from the south trying to go up to the north. How do we get through this? But we managed to get close enough to the land, tuck in, and yeah, came up to Stone Town, which, yeah, the main town of Zanzibar. But I think also, like, single-handed, or you're sleeping in 20-minute shifts, because you're supposed to be waking up, scanning the horizon, another 20 minutes, half an hour. Maybe it's only a 30-second look, but you have, keeping an eye out just to make sure.
Just wait till you have a baby.
And then Zanzibar to Tanga. So from Madagascar to Zanzibar was 8 days, and then we had a 30-hour sail from Zanzibar up to Tanga. And that 30 hours was harder than the 8 days coming from Madagascar. Why? Because you've got the wind blowing directly in your face, you're trying to get around it, tack to different directions. One of the things with the wind too, you often think the wind comes from one direction, but it quite often doesn't. It will vary enough that you can't actually go forward. You have, it'll be almost 180-degree angle. Sometimes very hard to make any progress at all. And in Tanzania, you've got boats, fishing boats that don't bother having a light. They just do their fishing, then you come close, they'll hang up a light and, hey, thanks, I'm about 5 metres away from you, and closing in quick.
And possibly sleeping.
Yeah, oh yeah. But yeah, you can also see from this track, which is the real track that we did, taken from the website, you know, the sail from Madagascar to Zanzibar was a straight line. This one's anything but a straight line. It's just trying to get there, whatever way is possible. And yeah, turned the engine on one night because the wind was pushing us towards rocks. Yeah.
Good idea.
Lots of interesting ones. So now the boat is in Tanga, which is a bay in the mainland of Tanzania. Left the boat anchored there. Yeah, hopefully it's still there. We shall see. When I get back, the idea is the boat looking all okay and still being there is to head up to Kenya, which is a 2-day sail. It'll be a shakedown sail, see if there's any problems, any issues. If everything is okay, from Kenya, from Kilifi, head east to the Seychelles, which is a 10-day sail, and then from Seychelles maybe to Sri Lanka, which is 3 weeks to a month sail, and then Phuket, and we'll see where from there. But most of it is down to the weather. Yeah, you're sailing with the elements. One of the things I've got too, which the satellite communicator is great for, is I have 2 people that are land-based that like sailing as well and like the weather, and so I talk to them and say, am I heading in the right direction? Is there anything wet? Because on my boat I have no internet, nothing to tell me what's happening to the weather. So they'll say, no, head north, head south, don't go anywhere. Yeah, they help me. So yeah, I can maybe sell about an hour. Or maybe the boat is gone, hopefully not. We shall see.
What kind of a shit show is it going to be when you get here by boat?
What sort of ship, what?
What kind of shit show is it going to be when you arrive in Thailand on a foreign boat? What do they do? I don't know nothing about it.
Okay, so for coming into a country and leaving a country?
Coming into Thailand, yeah, how's that going to work?
Okay, so I've been into 3 different countries now. Left South Africa, gone back to South Africa, gone into Madagascar, left Madagascar, gone into Tanzania. So pretty much the same things that you go through when you go through an airport. You have to go to, although there's one more, you go through customs.
Is there a queue?
No, but I would rather go through the airport because you have to go, quite often go to 3 different buildings. So you have to go to the customs building, and then you have to go to the immigration building, then you have to go to the captain's building, harbour master, and hopefully tie it all up.